if you're listening, we need you to come home.
Well, in an emotional video, Today Show co-host Nancy Guthrie and her siblings speak directly to their mother's potential abductor.
Yeah, this comes as the search for Nancy Guthrie enters now a fifth day. The 84-year-old was last seen at her home in Arizona. Now, in the video, which you're seeing here, her children say they're pleading for her to be safely returned. Now, Savannah, acknowledging a possible ransom note, was sent to a local news station.
We are ready to talk. However, we live in a world where voices and images are easily manipulated. We need to know, without a doubt, that she is alive and that you have her.
The sheriff has yet to identify a suspect or person of interest, though Wednesday night, the president is saying he's directing all federal law enforcement to be at complete disposal to help find Guthrie.
Well, President Trump's border czar Tom Homan has announced the withdrawal of hundreds of federal agents from the Minneapolis area. This comes after immigration officers fatally shot 2 American citizens last month. About 2,000 agents remain in Minnesota, and Homan says his goal is a complete drawdown if certain conditions are met.
That is largely contingent upon the end of the illegal and threatening activities against ICE and its federal partners that we're seeing in the community.
Well, Democrats on Capitol Hill are calling for dramatic reforms to ICE before agreeing to fund the Department of Homeland Security for a full year. On a case that shocked the region, Amber Waterman, accused of killing Ashley Bush and her unborn baby, pleaded guilty to the crime.
Yeah, that plea actually put an end to a multiple years-long battle for the family to find justice. Now, the state was seeking the death penalty. But with this plea, Waterman will now serve 2 life sentences. The Benton County prosecutor saying since Waterman was convicted in federal court, the government could have decided that Waterman must serve those life sentences before she could have been executed, ultimately meaning it might never happen.
There's several issues that came up in the hearing that would cause delays in the case. Those were always there in the background. Some of them came up recently, right? But we knew behind the scenes when the attorneys from both sides were talking, we just had a sense that this thing is going to get delayed, and there's not really anything we can do about it. It's not the court's fault or our fault.
Well, Robinson saying despite the case not ending with the death penalty, the most important thing now is how Ashley Bush's family heals and how the community remembers the victim. 5 News reporter Claire Averbach spoke to the victim's family moments after that decision was made.
She joins us now with what they had to say. Good morning, Claire.
Good morning, Tiffany. Good morning, Joe. During that hearing, we heard several victim impact statements from Ashley's mother, grandmother, aunt, and cousin. Shortly after the hearing concluded, Ashley's mother and father spoke publicly about the case for the very first time. They made it clear that moving forward, they want to forget about Amber Waterman and focus on their daughter and their unborn grandchild. They shared memories of who Ashley was, her joy, her love for her family, and her greatest goal in life of being a mom. They say supporting this plea was about choosing healing for all of Ashley's loved ones. Her father, Randy Boone, says the memories he has with his daughter is something that can never be taken away.
She brought us joy every time she came around. There's just so many things that I could say. She was really carefree. She grew up into a mom that was all about her kids, you know. Don't matter if they were making Christmas decorations or if they were getting ready to go trick-or-treating or cheese dip all over their faces, whatever it was, she took care of their needs.
Ashley's family says their priority moving forward is to spend time with one another and to care for their grandchildren. Claire Everbach, 5 News.
Thanks for that, Claire. Well, we have the full news conference with Ashley Bush's family and the Benton County prosecutors available to watch on demand on 5 News. Plus, you can catch up on all of the latest coverage for free on your smart TV devices.
Capital murder suspect Casey Jennings must be represented by lawyers again, just months after a Washington County judge granted his request to represent himself. Jennings is accused of killing his girlfriend, Allison Castro, back in 2022. A state psychiatrist found Jennings did not trust his state-appointed lawyers and thought he had no choice but to defend himself. Because of those statements, the judge ordered he was reappointed counsel.
The state was ready to try this case last year, actually, and Mr. Jennings' experiment with representing himself has now delayed this case for the better part of a year, and that's frustrating to the state.
Well, that move pushed back this month's trial. A new date has now been set for June 10th. And the future of Fayetteville's animal services is up for discussion.
And the city is asking for public input. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman tells us more.
The city of Fayetteville is moving forward with plans to significantly update and improve their animal services facility, which is over 50 years old and hosts animals like Lucy here. And last night, the public came out to give comment on how they think it should be done. Residents attended the first of 2 community input sessions last night to share their ideas and feedback on the project. The meetings are designed to gather input on important topics such as accessibility, environmental impacts, neighborhood compatibility, and how the new or improved facility can fit in the surrounding community.
Things have changed here a lot, probably even within the last 10 years, so it's a really good chance for people to come down and get a good feel for what we're currently dealing with.
If you weren't able to attend the meeting last night in person, there is a survey online available on Speak Up Fayetteville. The city wants to hear your feedback. In Fayetteville, covering news where you live, Laura Castleman and Lucy, 5 News.
Thanks for that, Laura. Well, an Oklahoma State representative has filed a bill that would limit the amount of screen time in schools for elementary students. The measure would set a 1-hour time limit for students in pre-K through 5th grade. The author says studies show limiting screen time results can impact better brain function and focus. A neuroscientist says an overemphasis on digital technology in classrooms has led to a decline in academic performance in Gen Z students.
The easier we make learning, the more seamless and frictionless we make all of this, we never actually develop any skills. A lot of schools have one-to-one laptop programs where every kid is given a MacBook, go to town. But we don't learn well from these things. I mean, we don't read well off of them. We don't write well on them. We don't think deeply when we're using them.
Arkansas has already put screen time limits in place, outright banning it in educational settings for children under 2 years old, alongside a 2-hour limit for kids under 5 years old.